This Saturday is Paper Bag Princess Day, and we're celebrating Robert Munsch and his fantastic classic children's book, The Paper Bag Princess. And what better way to celebrate than by making a dragon? To make our dragons, we'll need one full pipe cleaner, another one that's been cut in half, and one shorter section. We'll also be using two plastic eggs. One has two holes in each end and opens around the middle, and the second one opens lengthwise and has spikes on it, but you can make it without the spikes. We've also got some fishing line or string, some sticky eyes, and we're using glue dots, but you can also use hot glue. We also need two sticks and some material to make wings. First, decide which end of your smaller egg is going to be the nose. It can be pointy or round, it's up to you. Snap open the egg and push the long pipe cleaner through one of the holes in the back of the dragon's head. Flip it around and push that short end back through the other hole so that both ends are outside. Make the short end about a centimeter or two long and then twist the two together securely. Right here is going to be the neck of your dragon. Close the egg back up, and then place your sticky eyes wherever you'd like on your dragon's face. Looking good. Just like with the head, you can decide which way you want your dragon's body to face. You can also decide how much of the long pipe cleaner is going to be the neck and how much is going to be the tail. It's completely up to you, so two or three dragons in your house could all look completely different. The dragon supplies in your kit are pretty simple, but if you've got beads or other fancy things at home, now would be a good time to add them to your dragon's neck. If this is something you want to do, make sure you do it now before we put the dragon's body on. We're going to put the egg together around the pipe cleaner so that the edges of the egg snap together and hold the pipe cleaner in place. Arrange your pieces so that the pipe cleaner is coming out the front and back where you want the neck and tail to be, and then fold the ends over, letting the pipe cleaner that's inside the egg droop down a little bit. Then press the two edges together. You're going to have to be patient with this and probably let an adult help you. The eggs in these kits have very strong plastic, so they shouldn't break. But if you are making this with eggs that you've found on your own, you might want to be careful with this step. You can also thread the pipe cleaner through the front and back holes of a different style of egg. Now we're going to use these shorter sections of pipe cleaner to make the arms and legs. I'm going to make both legs out of one pipe cleaner and both arms out of another one. I'm just going to bend each one into a V shape, and then about halfway down each leg of the V, I'm going to make little two-toed hands and feet. Then I'll twist that onto the base of the tail at one end, and I'll make the other one and twist that onto the base of the neck. As you're building this, you might realize that this is starting to look like a dinosaur. And you know what? You're right. If you think you'd rather just have a dinosaur puppet, then go for it. I think this would make a really good T-Rex or another type of dino of your choice. If you do want a dragon, though, let's make some wings. We have two triangles of craft foam that are great starting points for wings, but let's take a moment and design exactly what we want our wings to look like. It's always a good idea to draw a design before you cut your materials. So I'm going to trace out this triangle shape and then draw my dragon wing design on it so I can make a plan before I cut it. I think I want the edge to curve just a little bit, and I'm going to make some little bumps out of the bottom to look like a dragon wing. You might want to cut out this design to use it as a tracer on your wing material, or you can just go for it. Remember that there isn't a right and a wrong way to make dragon wings. Your dragon is coming out of your imagination, not anybody else's, so however you make it look is just fantastic. Now just cut about a centimeter off of that tip that's going to go on the body and we're ready to go. We are going to use glue dots to glue the wings to the egg right near the spines. If you have a hot glue gun, you can go ahead and use that, but these will work pretty well. Peel the paper and plastic layers apart. You should see a small clear circle of glue stuck to the plastic layer. Press the glue down where you want your wing to stick and firmly apply. Then carefully pull the plastic off, making sure to leave the glue behind. It can be helpful to press down on the edge of the glue with the tip of your finger as you're pulling the plastic layer away. Now press the foam of the wing down and repeat with the other wing. The glue dots should do a pretty good job of holding those wings on, but if they are falling off and you have a hot glue gun, that's always a good fix. We need 4 strings for our marionettes, and each one needs to have a loop tied in the end. Tying a loop in fishing line can be a little bit tricky because the material is stiff and slippery, but you can help by crimping the end of the loop before tying. I'm also going to include a link in the description to a handy tutorial that somebody else has made about how to tie a loop. Pass the end of one string through the little loop, making a bigger loop. Then pass that loop over the dragon's head and tighten at the base of the egg. That is going to be how we control the dragon's head on our puppet. We're going to repeat this process, making a big loop and passing it over the tail and the legs to tighten around the base of the larger egg. It's probably also a good idea to pass it over one of the spikes so that it has a better grip on your dragon. The head and tail strings are going to be attached to opposite ends of the same stick, letting us control the dragon. The 2 wings are also going to be attached to opposite ends of another stick. To attach the string to the wings, we're going to use the same method of making a loop. However, we're going to make a little hole in the wings using either a small hole punch or something simple that you can poke a hole with. Pass the free end of your string through the hole you've punched in the tip of the wing, and then pass that end of the string through the loop in the other end. Pull securely but gently to make sure that you don't tear the wing material. And then we're going to attach our sticks. We're going to attach the stick to the head and tail strings first. Cut the strings to the length you want, leaving a little bit of extra so that you can attach it to the stick. Instead of tying, I like to tape the stick down, then fold the extra tail of string over to capture that underneath the tape as well. Check to make sure the tail string is approximately the same length and repeat the process. I made my strings about 20 centimeters long, but if your puppeteer is very tall or very short, you might want to make them a little bit different. Here's another look at that taping method, but if it's not working for you, just do whatever you need to make that string stick to the stick. For very young puppeteers, you might want to leave it here because adding more strings is going to make tangling more likely. Now attach the wing strings to the next stick in the same way. Make these strings just a little bit longer than the ones connected to the first stick. This will let your puppeteer have enough room to move their hand up and down and make the wings flap. Now you're ready to play, and your puppeteer will have a really dynamic dragon puppet with flapping wings and swooping action. If you like, you can connect the 2 control sticks using a pipe cleaner, and you can easily separate them again when you need your dragon's wings to flap. Now you're ready to fly around the world in just 10 seconds or burninate a marshmallow. Full steam ahead kits are available nearly every Saturday at the Fort St. John Public Library. They're completely free. Just come and get one.